7 weeks ago, we were just imagining what it would look like for Wakefield to be covered in prayer. Now over 100 followers of Jesus have prayer walked nearly 1,500 kilometers and covered nearly 30% of the entire Wakefield District with thousands of prayers and blessings. The church has really come together, young and old of all denominations, for the sake of this city that we love. And we have seen God move.
Two people who had never been to church before from that area where we prayed in came to church and gave their lives to Jesus. Isn't that fantastic?
Well, just the other day we were walking in South Emsall praying for that area, and it was a really quiet day, and I suddenly felt that we needed to pray into cars racing around the area and pray for the safety of the residents and the young people, which felt very random since it was such a quiet day. And later we asked a couple what they'd like prayer for in the area, and the only thing that they could think of was that young teenagers speed around the area in their cars. So we prayed into that again, and that was just a small example of how God really does speak if you're just listening as you go prayer walking.
And that He does answer prayer. And God has been very good to me in these last months. I know a number of you have prayed for me. I was diagnosed with cancer last September, but I want you to know that God has answered those prayers. I'm now clear and I've got a fantastic prognosis for the future.
One of the highlights for me has been the sense of unity as different people from different churches have blessed different areas of Wakefield in walking around and praying for them. And to gather in Smallthorne Church, a group of about 20 of us, and going off in small different groups to pray for the streets and to pray for God's blessing, to stand in a block of flats and stand there as a symbolic light in the darkness, praying that God would give us inroads and God would open up doors for us to be able to share His light and His love with that community.
Prayer walking has also uplifted me, it's uplifted us, because we've learned more and discovered more of God's blessings through doing it.
Particularly for me, seeing all the plants and the trees just everywhere that maybe you don't notice so much without deliberately going out, walking the streets and being with God as you do that.
My top tip for prayer walking is meditating on a particular word of God. Say Joshua 1:3. Where the sole of your feet treads, there I have given it to you. Watch. Meditating on the word of God will make things happen, will create things from nothing to something. It is through this meditation that you can see a change.
It's been really kind of opened my mind to be able to go, you can just talk and you can just pray. And if somebody does a lot of walking anyway, to be able to just walk and pray and just be with God has been a really, really wonderful thing, and I really encourage people to have a go.
And as we believe together as one church for the very best for this city and every person in it, God will work through our prayers and touch hearts and lives in ways that we could never imagine.
We believe that prayer makes a difference, and we believe that this season of prayer is just the start of some greater things ahead for the Wakefield District.
Please continue to pray for those around us, for health, for education in Wakefield, for families and churches, for councils and governments, social action, businesses and the arts. And the prayer app will now be closed for this year, but we're very excited to see how we can build on it even further next year. And as more and more cities come together to do the same, we will see a prayer movement across the whole of the UK. Colossians chapter 4 verse 2 says this: continue steadfastly in prayer, being watchful in it with thanksgiving. God bless you.